We just found out that biological molecules are made up of proteins, carbohydrates, and lipids. And then I stated that for lipids, sometimes they are replaced by the words fats and oils. These are three main types of biological molecules. Today we're going to take them one after the other and then know exactly what they are made up of. So first up, we're going to start with the carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are usually described as energy-giving foods. They give us energy. The basic units of carbohydrates are simple sugars, such as glucose and fructose. When we say basic, that means minimum level. And when you take carbohydrates and then you break carbohydrates down, the smallest or the simplest substance you're going to see is a simple sugar. Just as when you take a building and then you break it down, the simplest structure you're going to see is sand particles, because the sand particles are what is going to be used in making the bricks or the blocks, and then these blocks are going to come together to form the whole building. So when you take carbohydrates and then you break carbohydrates down, the simplest substances you're going to see are the simple sugars. And an example of these simple sugars, we have the glucose and the fructose. So these are examples of simple sugars. When we take carbohydrates as a whole, there are three main types. We have the monosaccharides, we have the disaccharides, and then we have the polysaccharides. Mono means one, di means two, poly means many. So mono means one saccharide, di means two saccharides, and then poly means many saccharides. Carbohydrates can be obtained from foods such as rice, potatoes, yams, bread, and then there are so many other foods that we can get carbohydrates from. This is the structure of glucose. Here we have carbon, we have hydrogen, we have oxygen in this structure. And then just as we learned in the previous lesson, carbohydrates are made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms only.